Hello all. Today we are going to talk about writing. Many of my readers have asked me many questions about the book writing, so I thought let me spend some time about those questions and articulate them or answer them based on my experience. So I have compiled those questions. There are a few questions which I'm going to answer. So the first question is, how many books have you written and which is your favorite? So I have written 4 books, and all those 4 books are special to me. The first book was the Agilist Guidebook, which is specific to the organization Agile Transformation, which I have written on 2018. Second book I have written on the Scrum Master role, which is called the Scrum Master Guidebook. Um, and third book I have written on leadership. It's about the personal leadership and self coaching. Fourth book, which is the latest book, I have written about the team agility, a guidebook of high performance team. So all those 4 books are very specific, and it has its own space. So most all of them I like. The second question is about, where do you get your information or ideas for your books? So this is a journey I have started long back, and I have been continuing in this journey. Reading and writing goes side by side. So for my need or the necessity, I keep looking for the different information. I hunt those information, search those information, and then articulate those information, whatever observation I have been having from my experiment. So in my work I always do many experiment, and all the findings I try to articulate or compile those in the book. And um, whenever the challenges comes in the organization or wherever I am working on, I try to find this, like, what could be the best way to solve that problem. I interact with many of my fellow coaches, and in a debate or different brainstorming session, I come out with many things, and all those are the composition of these books. Like all this whatever we are experimenting, all this becomes my finding, and that's how the ideas come. The third question is, how long does it take to write a book? So it depends, actually. Whatever I have been observing from my personal experience, it based on the kind of target book I am writing for. So sometimes it takes years, sometimes it takes more than years. It depends on the kind of subject I am dealing with and the kind of material I have been able to collect, or the kind of experiment I am doing. The more number of experiment I have done, so it will take more time, and of course it goes by the satisfaction also. So usually it takes 1 year to compile a book, if I have enough the data point to really articulate about that book. The fourth question is about, what was one of the most surprising thing you learned in creating your books? So of course, while crafting the books, most of the time I have surprising thing is, like, it is not yet ready. Like whenever I try to articulate that book, it takes a lot of time, actually. So sometimes I realize that yes, it is ready, but it's not ready, because when I look back, when I reflect, when I refine, that I realize that no, it's not yet ready. So and every time when I am compiling this book, these surprises keep coming, that I'm not ready, I need to really add some more, I need to really review some more, I need to really reflect some more. So that's keep this surprising is keep coming back, and I'm sure in my upcoming book also this kind of surprising will be there. So the next question is, do you have any suggestions to help others to become a better writer? If so, what are they? So find problem. So that's one of the things which is working with me. I'm constantly searching for those problem, and I constantly search for the solution, and I constantly search for the experiment. And amalgamation of all those 3 elements, problem, solution, and the experimentation, is actually something which gives me a lot of articles or a lot of artifacts, and that compiled to a book. So find for that problem which is actually burning problem, or which you are experiencing, which you are made for, because and then really try to articulate all those observations, whatever you are seeing in your context, and that's and you see that how can you build a pattern out of this. And when you tightly connect all those things together, you will see that it's like it is forming a garland, and that will going to be a book. So that's what is working for me so far. So I hope this will, you can also experiment that, and you see how it takes to you. what do you get, where do you get your thoughts? So of course this is one of the challenging aspect, like thought does not come just like that, because we need to hunt for this information, and for this the right environment, right ambient is essential. And for that we need to create that ambient, like where the great thoughts comes. We need to provoke that thoughts to come. We need to interact with the many team members through which the thoughts will come. So that's the typical scenario. So it comes sometime in a articulation skill, sometime it comes in a mind map skills, or many such tools which is available. You try to exercise all those skills, all those tools available to really produce those kind of ideas, because that's the tricky part. And over a period of time I have realized that like it becomes your second nature, because more and more you exercise those kind of things, and automatically you will be able to gain a lot of ideas. So through cultivation of these habits, I believe everybody can really come out with this kind of ideas. It's not so hard, but we need that consistency is essential part in this. What moves you to compose? So very very powerful question. Whoever has asked me these questions, it's the hunger which is actually drives us, and the kind of challenges we experience in our office, or our assignment, that actually moves me always, because there is no ready-made answer, and every time the contexts are changing and the circumstances are changing, so you are bound to really search those solutions. So whenever you get into those kind of challenging ambient, and you realize that it's not good enough to ready whatever solution you have, so then of course you need to hunt for those information, and that's the drive. And more you hunt, more and more information will come out, more and more observation will come out, and you'll be able to see that like you are able to really find a lot of insight from all those parts. So finding those problem, reflecting about this problem, articulating about this problem, and then piling it up, and then over a period of time when you look back about all those informations whatever you have gathered, you will try to see a pattern, and over a period of time you see this pattern convert into some kind of a theme or storyline, and you can convert that into a book. Does writing energize or exhaust you? It's both actually, but good question, because sometimes when you look for this problem, when you find the solutions, and solutions may not be up to the mark, and then again you search for this for this hunting, and then sometimes you will be satisfied, sometimes you will not be satisfied. So sometimes it is really exhausting, where you are not able to really reach to that solutioning part, or you're not satisfied with the solution, so you again start hunting, and what you will hunt, where you will hunt. So those kind of questions are actually always bubbling around. So sometimes you will get that energy, like at least you need to move on, and sometimes you will get exhausted because you have been struggling a lot, you have been working a lot, but you're still not there. So it's a balance of both these things. So you need to really maintain that momentum. That's what I have been seeing that. Have you at any point encountered a mental obstacle? How long do they normally last? Yes, it's all goes with any thinking aspects. Like when you start thinking about a certain area, certain topics, or certain things, so sometimes everything goes smooth because you might have a lot of energy, but sometimes you got the roadblock, and then you may be talking to your colleagues, and then maybe you talk about those topics to your fellow colleagues and get some aha moment, so then it move on. But again, sometime after proceeding a little bit, you may get again roadblock. So it's and every author knows, I am sure every author knows this kind of mental block, and there are many things like just go out of this problem, and do other things, like which is not relevant to you, this current topics, and after some time you might discover that some other new thoughts has come. So there are many proven practices are there like this, like how can you overcome those kind of mental barrier, or what are the things you should do which can actually help you to move on. So many such a guideline has been given. Once you're really curious to really know that you'll be able to discover that. So but these are the part of the journey, and in any journey if you traverse, you'll be experience this similar types of scenario, and you know how to overcome those the barrier. Do you edit your work constantly all alone, or pay somebody to do it for you? So right now, so far, I have been doing it all alone, because I can personally believe that it's a learning experience, because any activities we do, be it compiling, crafting, accumulating, or reviewing, reflecting, or even the marketing, or all these activities are actually giving me some kind of a knowledge, and all this knowledge are essential part of building building books, or building a body of knowledge. And I personally feel that everybody should really spend significant amount of time in all these different types of activities which can make us a better author, because all those elements are essential. I cannot delegate all these activities to someone else. So far I have been personally doing it, and all those experiences giving me some kind of a insight about the articulating skills. So that's why I continue to do this on my own. Does a negative comment affect your writing? So very good question. And sometimes I do get that negative comment, like my book does not help anybody, my book is not up to the mark, my book is not valuating. Yes, of course, there is a wider customer base, there are so many diverse people are there expecting for different types of thing, but it's quite possible that one particular book may not be able to fulfill all the types of the people. So the specific individual may not be able to really get whatever they are looking for. And of course it is the satisfaction of that hunger or the intellectual level which sometimes it does not satisfy. So of course, yes, I do get that, like there are people who will be not able to really get all what they are looking for from this book. So and but as always it says that, like, we should not really get demotivated by all the types of comments. We should move on, because some of the people will get the benefits. So we should move on and serve the people who are looking for those information. So that's the positive aspect. I would like to really continue and really keep researching on this and move on. So that's one comment I would like to continue. Are there any books that you are as of now into, and why? Yes, my next book is coming on product management. So I have started my research on that particular area, looking for some tough problem which I need to solve, and I have been heavily researching on this particular area, which is going to launch on 2022 December. So that's the optimistic deadline I have set myself, and that's how every author works, because they set a deadline, they do the research, and they accumulate all those information, and that's how it works. So thank you so much. All these vital questions I have collected, and all these questions I thought it's good questions, and I should really reflect myself, like how these questions I am handling, and hopefully it will help you to really articulate your book, and all the best to crafting your book. Thank you so much for listening to me.